Hey y'all, sitting here, I'm just completely amazed at how fast time has flown by. Just, I'm coming up on a year from just a couple months from now will be when my first book launched. I fully expected to have launched a second book by this point. It's close, still working on it, but it's close. And I'm just sitting here and I just keep staring at my work and the things that I'm working on and the things that I'm doing. And I'm just struggling with finding the motivation right now. It's like, oh, motivation. Anybody else out there struggling with motivation and just focus and keeping your eyes on the bigger picture? I get so wrapped up in the mundane of the day to day. That's the stuff that kills us, is the day to day mundane stuff. I try to stay focused on the daily action items, those things that are going to help me achieve that, that 5-year goal. I mean, the things I want to accomplish for my life are not things I expect to happen tomorrow. I mean, I am realistic in how I set my goals, but sometimes it just feels like no matter how hard you work for something, it's just never going to come. And I know that's not true, but every now and then we just need to take a moment and stop and pause and remind ourselves that these moments in journeys are perfectly normal. We're not it's not common for anything to happen, for things to happen for most people overnight. It's much more common for these things to take time and continued work and progress and change and and to not let ourselves get lost in the moment and lose sight of the bigger picture. And I'm finding myself struggling with that right now, which is, why I just sitting here basically talking to myself. I'm talking to myself right now, just so you guys know. I'm not really expecting anybody to listen to this nonsense and listen to me ramble. But I just, I look at people who are living a life that, from my perspective, it appears to me that they're living a life doing exactly what they love. And for all I know, those people that I'm admiring, who I think are doing and living a life of exactly what they love, might be absolutely miserable. Who knows? It's just that mindset we get ourselves in as we dream and inspire to be something more than what we might currently be today. And it's just, so I keep telling myself over and over again, you have no idea if they're even happy. That person who's doing what you want to be doing for a living may hate their life. Who knows? For all I know, it's like, I look at like authors like Stephen King. Maybe he's the most miserable man in the entire universe. I don't know. I've never met the man. But for some reason, I've like idolized this person, these people, these successful authors, as they are living the life and they are living the dream. Maybe to them it's not a life or a dream. Who knows, right? You just never know how other people feel about the situation they're in. And we have to remind ourselves to pull back and stop and just focus on ourselves and never compare yourself to somebody else and never compare your journey to somebody else's journey. As hard as that may be sometimes, as I sit here and I feel like I'm straddling between the life that I have and the life that I want, and the things that I have to do versus the things that I just really want to do. And I'm stuck in the middle, and I feel like this is a really tough place to be. Because I can't stop doing those things that I have to do, because there are things like bills to pay and children to feed and clothes to buy and, just general responsibility that you just can't walk away from. And then there's all those things constantly nagging at me and calling at me that I desire to do, that I really want to do, that I want to do more than anything else on this planet. And I just can't stop that first part of my life to just throw myself 100% into this other part of my life. It's a slow process, and it's hard. I think that's the reality that can never be forgotten, that this is hard. No one ever promised us that life would be easy. Lord, Lord, don't I know that to be 100% true. We just have to constantly remind ourselves to stop and breathe and not let ourselves get lost in the mundane, the day-to-day mundane, those little things that we have to do to take us from one point to another, and never lose focus of the bigger picture, the dream, the dream that I dare to dream, that I dare to do, that dream. And one day I won't be straddling in the middle of these two lives that I've created for myself, the one that I have to do compared to the one that I really want to do, the one that I'm passionate about. And if I'm patient and I just keep doing the things that I'm doing, and I find that inner motivation that I need to stay focused, then that day will come. And I'll no longer be straddling in the middle. Here's looking for that day.